So these are real things that happen to real people every day. Every day. I'm a real estate agent here, and I sell real estate. One day I was selling real estate to my clients, and they were minorities too, but they weren't black, and they weren't Latin, but they were, person of color. Well, the house next door decided when we came back the third time that they wanted to make sure that none of us bought that house. So they put up this big, giant Confederate flag in the window, and I posted about it on Facebook. So a lot of times I post these things, most of the time I post these things, I post them publicly. So some local guy in Logan who didn't even know me, says something, and, oh, you're terrible, you're infringing on their freedom of speech. I'll never use you as a real estate agent. So I responded, you never use me as a real estate agent anyway. And we all know why. So then he goes on to share it with his group of racists. And then, of course, somebody from across the country calls me a nigger on Facebook. So I screenshotted it. He later deleted his comment. But I think we knew somebody mutually, and they told him to probably delete it because I know Mario. So anyway, that's just one of the things that happens here. When I go grocery shopping, I get followed. They watch to see if I ring up every item. If I'm in the self-check, you know about it. They'll come and stand behind me. 3 weeks ago in Walmart, I had a showdown. The guy came and stood behind me in Walmart. He didn't stand behind anybody else. It was crowded. It was, people were still buying up stuff, and the stores didn't have a lot of this or that. And 20 people went ahead of me. And the cashiers are standing over there. They're standing up there. They're talking to each other. And they're just looking in this direction. The cash register's over here. Nobody's watching all the other white people go through. And I think that's quite fine and all right with me, as long as you don't treat me any different. When I go to the register to go check out, the same people standing there, the one lady, she stayed there. She turned. Well, the guy who was with her, he comes over, he stands right behind me. I mean, not even social distance behind me, like 3 feet behind me. So I'm checking out my stuff, and I get halfway through, and I'm just pissed with each time I'm checking something out. So finally, I just couldn't take it anymore. I turned around, and I said, are you gonna stand there and watch me ring up these items, every item? And he called himself being bold. So he says, yeah, I'm gonna stand right here and I'm gonna watch you. So I said, all right, well, I'm gonna try to calm Mario first. So I said to him, go get your manager. And he said, what did you say? And then calm Mario was dead and gone. And the roof blew off of Walmart. And it was probably a crowd of like 60 people. Everybody just came to the front of the store. And they're all watching. And only one person said something to me, but it was ridiculous also. So this woman says to me, oh, it's so sad that you're acting like this. It's so sad because it's a pandemic that's going on. Well, guess what, lady? I'm black. This is my second pandemic. Racism is the first pandemic I knew. So then she finally simmered down, and the managers started coming in, one after another. So the general manager came up. He was in the crowd. I didn't even realize he was the general manager. He comes up, and they said, you want to talk to the general manager? I said, yeah. He came up, and I was like, oh, this guy's the general manager. He's just been standing there watching the whole time. And so when I told him what happened, guess what he said to me? He said, I understand. That's what he said. Everybody else, this clown saying, I'm gonna stand here and watch you, it was like they didn't get it. But he said, I understand. because maybe somehow he already knew the code that existed there. And this isn't a one-time thing. This is probably 85% or maybe even 90% of the times I go shopping in Utah. That's my daily, regular life. Nothing to see here. Just grade A American racism happens every day.